Hey, this is Chris Harden with Remax Four Corners. Got an interesting article that came out from Inman today that I thought I would share with you guys. So we've got a lot of people that, are kind of curious. We always ask, how's the housing market? What's going on? Well, this article kind of puts everything into place. So in August, we can see that home values fell in 21 of the 50 largest U.S. metros. So while a lot of realtors, we don't particularly care for Zillow, especially for their estimates, but they are good with their analytics and their data. And so I'm pretty much an analytical data kind of guy. And so I want to kind of show you a couple of the numbers that are in here. So you can see home values fell 11.4 lower in Austin. So I had a client actually move to Austin from the Dallas area a couple of years ago, and he was asking me, do you think Austin's in a bubble? And I said, well, based upon the way inventory levels were at that time, probably, yeah, it's a little bit overinflated right now. And you can see that, yes, it is overinflated. Starting to come down. August, they were 11.4%. They led the way. But let's get into this a little bit, and I'll kind of show you why. You can kind of see the numbers are up in some of these other areas. LA is still up. Usually they're the ones where we talk about bubble. Florida, they were up a little bit. So again, those numbers, are kind of all over the board a little bit, where they're up and they're down. Even in my area of Dallas, they were down 2%. So the numbers are dropping a little bit across the areas. You can see here's the different areas. Houston down 1.3, Dallas 2.4, Jacksonville 2.2, Portland. You can see some of these other areas, Sacramento, San Francisco 4.2, Las Vegas, Phoenix, some of these other areas that we've always talked about being overinflated, you can see they're starting to come down a little bit. A lot of times in those areas, there's not a lot of land to build on. And so there's a lot of, bidding wars. And so overinflation of prices. So you can see they're starting to come down a little bit. So one of the things that's in here, though, is back up here in this little paragraph that I thought was very interesting. Homes are still selling quickly at 13 days to go pending, which is slightly down a little bit. But one of the other numbers that's in here, the number of homes marked as pending dropped by 19% compared to earlier in the year. So if you get down here into the inventory, you can see inventory, 964,000 this year compared to 2 years ago, 1,100. And then last year, 1,120. 1.2, and then a high back in 2019 of 1.6 million homes of inventory. So you can see our inventory has dropped quite a bit. Now we're in a low of roughly about 160,000 less. So inventory levels are dropping, but yet homes are still selling quick. So if you are, talking about buying and selling your home, it's all going to be kind of what we call microeconomics. Macro is what we talk about the whole U.S. as a whole. Micro, we can bury that down to your neighborhood, to your price point, and that's all going to change things around. So get with your realtor, talk to them about what your pricing actually looks like, what your days on market actually looks like, and talk about how your home, what the system's going to be put in place on getting it sold for what you want to sell it for, if it can actually be done. Don't look at these estimates. Don't look at, the other numbers that you can go out and find what your home value is. Talk to your realtor and have them get down to the micro side of your home value. Anyway, I thought it was a good article. Thought I'd pass along. If you have any questions, hey man, hit that subscribe button, let me know, and send me a message, and let's talk.